I just did a video talking about all three of the energy weapons and how their relevancy has been skyrocketed because the Hall Cracker was just nerfed significantly. I'm talking about instead of 3,000 it costs 4,500 now, and you only get 6 instead of 10. On top of that, they nerfed explosive damage so that it won't be as effective against the small arc or the medium arc. I have to test it to see for myself how bad it is, but apparently a lot of people aren't liking this. This made energy weapons a lot more relevant, as I said before, specifically the Equalizer. Now, the Equalizer was already broken in its own way. It's a cheat code, literally. And I'm telling you it's a cheat code because if you look at this footage right here, the queen, as soon as I started to shoot her leg, she noticed, even though she was paying attention to the raiders on the mountain, on the damn battlegrounds, as soon as I started hitting her leg up, she turned around because I was the highest damage dealer at that point. She had to take care of me. But I went into the harvester, and the main reason why this is a cheat code is because every time, without fail, whenever I fight a queen or a matriarch, whenever it's dead, you have people lying in wait for you to go and loot so that they can shoot you and take what you have. It happens every time, without fail. I mean, you have categories of players where people who want to work together, like these players inside the harvester and people on the mountain. I don't know if they wanted to work together necessarily, but there are different categories of raiders that are going to do whatever they feel is necessary to get that loot. And apparently some people think rather than work together, I'm just going to take what you got. So that's the reason why the Equalizer is so significant here. First of all, the Equalizer is an energy beam that, whilst the trigger is held down, it unleashes this concentrated beam of energy that will just deal an insane amount of damage. Of course, the description states that it's very strong against arc, and for some reason when you're shooting Rocketeers, it's like it kind of messes up their communication system and something is off. So out of all three of the energy weapons, so far the Equalizer is my favorite, but this is why it's a cheat code. Because if you're shooting a queen's leg, you don't even have to take off the leg entirely. You just take off the armor, which takes only a few seconds with concentrated fire. If that armor piece falls off on the ground, that's your chance to go loot your queen reactor or whatever else is in there, like arc circuitry. And this helps out because, you know, after the queen is dead is when all these players try and kill you. So you can hurry up and get your stuff before the fight is even over, like in the middle of chaos, throw a smoke, whatever you got to do. But I was easily able to do that. I think overall this is just a cool looking weapon. It's huge and it just looks so dominant when it's on your back and in your hands. You feel like you can't really be stopped. You know how you're nervous when running around in their arc everywhere? With this in your hand, there's not much they can do against you. But real quick, if you want to know how to get this thing, you have to first of all get the blueprints. There's a guide that I have which will be linked in the description on how to complete the harvester. The harvester is pretty much self-explanatory. It harvests materials or resources from Earth and sends it back to the mothership, and the queen guards it. So if you complete this harvester challenge, then it will open up its loot boxes for you to get the blueprint, which means you'll have the opportunity to craft the Equalizer and the Jupiter infinitely. I got both on the first shot, which was pretty exciting, and that's how you attain it. But the way that you craft it is you have to attain queen reactors and magnetic accelerators and some complex gun parts. So as I said before, you don't necessarily have to kill the queen in order to get these queen reactors. And I know what you're thinking. How can I get these queen reactors from the legs if I don't have the Equalizer yet? Well, you can use a Pharaoh, you can use an anvil and just concentrate that heavy ammo on that one leg. Eventually the armor will fall off. It's a little bit of a longer process, but this is how you're gonna have to get your first Equalizer if you don't have any queen reactors. But I'm looking forward to attaining the Aphelion. It's the latest weapon that drops from the matriarch. There's only one single blueprint that drops once you kill it. There's no way to get it from breaking off its armor like the queen or none of that. You have to attain it from killing a matriarch and then literally looting the main core, which everyone is going to be after as soon as that thing is dead. So I'm going to get it sooner than later. I just wanted to provide a video breaking down how much of a cheat code the Equalizer is, and basically the name fits it perfectly because it kind of evens the playing field when you're going against these monstrosities of arcs. But anyways, this was a pretty short explanation. Let me know what your favorite legendary energy weapon is, and I'm looking forward to them releasing more energy weapons in the future, because I think people don't really believe energy weapons are as good as they are. I did not expect the Equalizer to be this strong. I mean, I forgot to mention that when fighting the Matriarch, that arc has a weak spot in the middle once its panels opens up. But you can force your way in by concentrating your fire with the Equalizer right on the face, and it'll eventually break off, exposing its weak core. Then you can just go to town on it. And I know it's risky, but I mean, that's what this game is all about, man. That's what drives the appeal for me. The thought of losing everything and just the happiness I feel when I get out alive while surviving and conquering a sweaty raid. But anyway, let me know what you think about the Equalizer down below in the comments section. And if you want to see a breakdown on all three of the energy weapons, how they perform, and basically how they are all good in their own way and serve a specific purpose. If you like this conversation, and like the video, and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I'll see you in the next one, fam. Be right out.